Good afternoon, everybody. This is Ultra once again. We are back on the farm and on my farm build. Right now, I think we are buying some equipment. So we're gonna go over and flash over and pick up our harvester. And I think what we're going to do is maybe do a little bit of farm work. I think I got the town pretty much fleshed out, pretty much built. Let me kind of move this up a little bit because it didn't really give me much room with this big ass thing, did it? No, it did not. We do have some fields that should be ready to be harvested. I'm not quite sure what's in them. We'll kind of just roll around and see what we got. I don't think there's really any crop. Looks like I'm gonna have to do some other work. Looks like we have some what was this? Oh, it's withered. So this is no good. So this needs to be processed. Other words, what I mean by processed is it's going to have to be plowed down and so on. I think all of this is going to have to be done like that, unfortunately. Now, I am in the middle of making another field. I probably should finish doing that, but we're going to get our big boy here back to the farm, and then I think that's what we'll start doing, and then we'll get a plow over here, start processing these fields out, start putting some stuff down. I am going to build as we go. I just, there's still quite a bit more yet to do as far as the map build goes. Oh, I just took that sign out. Oops. Oops. Well, there's a train coming. That would suck about right now. Oh, that would really suck right now. Oh, I want to run that cart. I probably shouldn't have came this way because that train could come at any moment and really mess my day up. But I think we got lucky. Okay. We're going to find a spot to park this big boy, and then we'll get back over and do some plowing. So, for the ones that's actually been, oh, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to go around. If you have any ideas for this farm build, I'm very well open to it. So if you want to leave a comment, that would be greatly appreciated. Tell me what you think of it and what else can be done that you feel that that would make it nice. Alright, so this is the field that we're making. Let's gotta get it clipped over. I'll start my engine first. You can't go anywhere if you don't start your engine, you stupid. At least that's what they say. But I hope everybody's been having a great, fantastic weekend. Hope everybody's good. So I was needing tires on my car, and I just happened to know somebody that was working at the shop where I was looking to get tires, and I said, "Well, I got some fairly new ones. I mean, I guess you could say they were used, but I mean they're pretty new." And he had 4 of them for me, and ended up I didn't have to pay anything. He gave them to me for free. The only thing I have to pay for is the mountain balance, which is not that much at all. So they were willing to help me out with that too. So that was really awesome. So Tuesday morning at 8:30, I'll have new tires. So that'll be fantastic. Because my 2 front tires I know on my car is, it was just terrible. It was bad. They're really bad. So that's a bit of good news. I mean, it's not like it's fantastic, but it's good news because I need it. So I've noticed that everybody's playing on Elma. I don't butcher the name, Missouri. I did start something on there. I was kind of checking it out, thinking maybe I might approach it a little more heavily. See how that goes. But definitely those fields over there that we were over there by the shop, they're definitely going to have to be plowed over. Normally, I mean, my settings for when I play this, it's not really what everybody uses. I don't think. Most of the time, when I start a map, I'll start out with no weeds. No stones, that type of thing. Sometimes I'll play seasons, but not very often. Because sometimes I just don't have time to kind of sit here and go like, oh, okay, well, can I plant this? Well, damn, this ain't the right time to plant that. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's just not even worry about it. But I do appreciate everybody that's been watching my videos, and hope y'all enjoying it. I do appreciate the support very much. I do enjoy the building aspect that Farm Sim 22 actually gives you. So I like to do a lot of that. I mean, I like to do just, regular plays too, but the building aspect is just fascinating to me. I find it interesting. Because truthfully, I mean, you can do a lot. I mean, I guess it all depends on the map and what you want to do. Now, maps that I've built on in the past is actually this one here, American Farmlands, of course, No Man's Land. Of course, I know a lot of people has done that. We'll see, Western Wilds, I've built on that one before as well, which is a very nice map. I like the concept behind it. Now there has been some other maps that you don't normally hear about, and I've done some builds on those as well. For example, there's one called Red Sands. Basically, all that is, it's an enclosed, empty map. The soil is red, of course, and it's a pretty good layout to do a build. So if you're interested in something like that, I don't have right now. Don't have the link for that, but I can tell you where I found it, and it was on the fs22.com, I think, or something like that. Oh yeah, we definitely got some weeds coming up through. That's not good. It's alright. We'll get these fields plowed up and ready to shake out some crop in. Oop, 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 oop. I just messed up. Big time, big time, big time. We can fix that though. We'll fix that right now. Not a problem. Hey, I ain't perfect. I mean, I mess things up too. I definitely do that. Let's see, I just got to find the right texture. Oh, there it is, right there. And we'll go to our grass we got over here. I'll fill that in. There. Easy peasy. And not so squeezy. Okay, we're going to limit that to fields so that we can drop this and we can get this field plowed. Now I do have rocks turned off, but you still get like little tiny rocks even if you do have them turned off. Sometimes it just all depends on what the map is. I know a while back there was a big thing about the yield in your field. The way, I'm not going to tell you the right way of going about it. I'm going to tell you the way I do it, and then of course you can judge from there. And maybe my information to help you. I hope it will. So basically, the way I go about it is that I'll plow a field. And then I will fertilize it, and then I will seed it or plant it, and then I will fertilize it once again after that, and then roll it. And then that's my pretty much just basic process. I know that a lot of people talk about mulching involved in that process. Now that's fine and that's good, because certain fields I'm trying to get it where it makes sense. Certain fields are going to be at certain times is going to require you to mulch it. Now if you have a new field that needs that needs to be plowed, there wasn't really nothing on it whatsoever, it's a brand new field, there's no need for mulching because there's nothing to mulch. I mean, it's just in my way of thinking, common sense. So let's say that you just got done harvesting and you want to start processing the field. Okay, so I can still plow it, fertilize it, seed it, and then fertilize it again, and then roll it. But before all that is even done, in between there, I'm going to mulch that. Like I said, a new field, there's no need because there's nothing to mulch. Now it does the mulching it does make a difference in what you just got done harvesting. There's certain crops that I found out that you can't really, it doesn't, the mulching doesn't take effect to it. I mean, it seems like to me. So the way I go about it is just for the most part, I probably just won't mulch it at all. I know that's probably not the proper way of doing things, but my yield bounces between 98% and to 100. Most likely, most of the time, I'm going to settle with 98%. But I'm not everybody. Everybody's different. If we were all the same, it'd be a boring world. And so, if you want to do it your way, and you're feeling it works out that way, and you want that 100%, go for it, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's all up to, I think, personal preference. I think at 98%, it still gives you a good crop that you can process for things. It'd be for flour or whatever, flour mill, whatever you're harvesting. Sugar beet, sugar mill. And that being said, there is a couple things that I've been thinking about as far as like if I'm going to mess with potatoes. If I do, I'm thinking of processing the potatoes into French fries, which is going to pay out a little more than other than just the regular, payout for potatoes itself. But I do love the aspect of FS22 where you got productions, you're able to produce this and that. Now I don't. A lot of people has told me that, oh man, you need to get on the editor. Oh man, you need to start designing maps. All this and that. And I appreciate that. I really do. But I really, I don't think I'm really that good. I think I'm decent. The editor does fascinate me. I think that's something that I could probably do because I have messed with an editor from another game that's pretty similar. My issue with it is the fact that every time I try to use the editor, it just collapses. It closes. So I haven't really figured out what the issue is with that. If I could get that figured out, then I wouldn't mind tackling that idea. But in the meantime, I'm building them, I guess, more personal for myself to play on. Because it gives me the chance to, make it look the way I want it to look and function the way I want it to function and enjoy it. When don't get me wrong, there are some really nice maps that's been coming out in just this last year. I mean, it's some hellacious nice maps. Elmo, Missouri is one of them. It is a very nice map. American Falls is another one, another good map. If you haven't played on any one of those, you need to. They're really nice. But I got this every time I go to start a new map. I got this bad habit. I guess it's not really bad. I guess it's however you look at it. Of if I look at the main farm and there's something I know that I'm not going to use. I'm going to delete it and replace it. As far as that goes, like a silo or whatever. It's like, okay, well, you're going to put a base game silo in here. I'm not wanting to use that because it's only going to hold up to a certain amount of product, and that's not what I want. So I'll end up replacing it, just as an example. I know I got like pretty much infinite money right now. The reason for that is because the only time I ever really do that is for builds and stuff like that, you know. But when I'm playing just a normal playthrough, I won't do that. I'll make sure I start out with something that's gonna make sense. But Farm Sim is great. I love the game. Um, I've been playing the Farm Sim games since probably 2009, 2013, somewhere around there. Um, it's come a long way. I mean, a long way. I mean, oh God, it's crazy. And to think that we're what FS22 is 2 years old now. I think, is it something like that? I believe. Um, there are certain pet peeves that I have, not as far as with the game, but as far as what's being produced for the game. Um, and one of them is just the aspect. Okay, let's say that, and no disrespect towards any modder whatsoever, this is just personal, uh, I guess, a view on it. Um, let's say that you're a modder and you design a I don't know, a plow or whatever. Okay, well, what gets me is that that's fine and that's great. But what gets me is that you have several, let's say you have three, four more modders design the same exact plow. There's no difference in it other than the fact that somebody else made it. To me, that's a waste of the mod space. If you're gonna design, if you're gonna design a same implement, don't make it exact. You know, put a little more. I'm probably gonna freaking, you know, somebody's really gonna hate me for it, but you know, I'm gonna say it. Just put some more heart into it, you know, more thought, and you know, come up with something that's original, that says that, hey, I designed this. This is me. This is the way I want it to be. Not the same exact thing, because there is a reason behind this conversation. Okay, now in FS22 19, excuse me, in FS19, this was a going thing that happened for a long time. Okay, well, you'll notice that I've noticed when 19 was, I guess maybe, I want to say fifth year in, maybe a little less than that. A lot of you seen a lot of mods that was just did the same thing, and it took up so much room in the mod space within the mod hub itself. Like for console players, you could only use so many mods because you had a what do you call it? So much space that you could use. Okay, well, within that process of that happening, it actually slowed the mod hub down to the point to where a lot of stuff just wouldn't load, this and that was an ongoing problem as far as for console players. Now for PC players, not so much, because it's a completely different beast. But I was a console player, and I'm saying all this because that's something that didn't have to happen. So what I'm saying in a nutshell is, take your time, design something that, even if it is similar, make it your own. Don't just come out with something that it just the same exact thing and does the same exact thing as somebody else has already done. So just my pet peeve. That's my rant. Um, Either you can like it or not like it. I do. I'm not trying to give anybody a hard time. I really believe that this game would not be where it's at if it wasn't for the modders. They do fantastic work, and I appreciate all of them for doing the fantastic work that they do. I just think some modders are, they're creating things that they could take a little bit more time and create something that's unique to themselves and unique to the product that they're putting out. Not a copy of what somebody else has already done. Well, it looks like we're getting close to getting this done. Oh, well, I got a little too fast there for a second. So if anybody ever has any kind of questions about as far as farm sim goes in general, I'll try to answer them the best that I can of what I know and what I've learned over time. I just know it's very laid back. It's enjoyable. I love it. It's great. It's just an all around fantastic game. Recently, I had picked up. I know this is probably old hat now, but I picked up Hogwarts Legacy. Started playing it a little bit. Haven't played that much of it to make a really final decision if I'm liking it. So far I am. It's different, very interesting. But in my heart I do. I love farming. I love farm sim and racing. As you will tell from the videos I've made recently, I love racing in general. I think it's fun. It's enjoyable. There really hasn't been a good racing game in quite a long time. I know that I think tomorrow releases the was it Forza Motorsports, the new one. I think the final release date is tomorrow. So that ought to be interesting. Kind of waiting to get maybe tied up in that and see how it's going to be. If it's something that's worth it, then I'd like to bring it to the channel. If that's something that y'all might be interested in. I might as well go ahead and get this other field done too while we're here. Try to anyway. So I was curious what everybody's take is on the gaming industry right now. How games are coming out. That's good. I know that like I was talking about Forza Motorsports. Like I was saying, I think that's being released tomorrow. So that ought to be interesting, and we'll see how it goes. As far as I don't really host a lot of newer games on my channel because there's a lot of times that I don't have time to sit down and actually make a video with them. I work like all the damn time. It's just stupid crazy. So that's why on my channel you're going to see a lot of older games, older content. I believe that a lot of the older stuff are still, in my eyes, are current because there was a lot of good games back in the day that came out. I mean, I'm coming from a PS2 era and stuff like that. I played a lot of stuff from back then. And a lot of that has, over time went to PC. And now that I have a PC, it's a great time to go back and play these good games that are still out there, still exist. Just because they release a new game doesn't make that game fantastic. It takes time. I remember there was a motocross game that I played just constantly all the time. I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was the MX versus ATV Unleashed back in the day. Oh my god, I couldn't get enough of it. I kept playing it. And then eventually one day I just like, okay, time to move on to something else. But that happens. We all do it. I have there's a lot of games in my past that I've played that I could sit there for hours just enjoying it. It's great. Video games for me back then were more of an escape. It was a release from everyday, I guess you'd call stress. My dad was in a bike accident before I was born. Matter of fact, it was like 2-3 years before I was born. And he his buddy that was on the other motorcycle was not very fortunate. He instantly passed away at that accident. Now my father, he ended up losing both kidneys, so he was on dialysis until he was the age of 63. Now, as far as I know, that is the longest anybody's ever been on that machine. And it's weird because back then those machines were gear driven. Gear pumps, and basically what dialysis does, it circulates your blood, gets all the impurities out of your blood, and that's what your kidneys naturally do. They do more than just that, but they do that. And then they ended up going from gear drive to digital computing to create that function. So I mean, I took care of him, pretty much all my teenage years. So video games was a way for me to just branch out and see the world in that way, and not be not be in stress all the time. So it was kind of more of an escape. And in that process of being in that escape, I learned a lot and understood how games are processed, how they're made. It fascinated me to a point to where I have a bad habit about I research everything. I get into it. I really do, and it's more of a technical hobby for me. Not so much anymore. I'm at the age of 51 now. I'll be 52 in February. So that's pretty much my story, in a nutshell. It's a very true story about how I got into just, wanting to play games and this and that, and why I did, and fell in love with it. I guess everybody's got an origin story out there. Mine just happens to be kind of sad and true. Very true. And I'm talking about this now because I feel that, I'm at an age where it's like, you know what? Just screw it. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to freaking pretty much tell the world how I feel about things, and let y'all know the type of person that I am. And I think that someone out there would probably appreciate that. I mean, us as humans, sometimes we're our own worst enemy, and sometimes we're our own hero, and it's a great thing. Now, I might be a little old-fashioned when it comes to certain things. Now, I know I'm going to go on another rant, and I apologize from the get-go right now. I'm going to talk a little bit about trucking. I'm a retired trucker. I did it for a long time, and when I retired, there was a game that came out. Okay, and I was bating breath for it. I wanted it so bad because I did my research on it, what I want, and what they were going to do, and what the plan was, and this and that. And what I'm talking about is American Truck Sim. Now, I remember that ETS2 has been out a lot longer. That was their baby. So when they announced American Truck Sim, I thought to myself, okay, now we got something that's happening. Now we got something I might be able to sink my teeth into. So that game was supposed to come out, and actually on my birthday, on the 3rd of February, came out the day before. So yay to me anyway. So I downloaded it the first time, the PC I had back then, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. Okay, now just recently in the last, I want to say, I guess it was like last year, console had a trucking game that was announced for all consoles, for Xbox One, PS4, PS5, all that. Okay, and then there was another one that got dropped too. Now you have Truck Driver. Okay, it's a good game in its own right, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And then they came out, and then they started coming out with another one that was called On the Road. Okay. Now, On the Road has done something that ATS has not yet to do. Okay, what that is that the fact that you can get out of your truck, you can fuel your truck, you can hitch your truck up, you can, if you have a trailer that's a flatbed trailer where you're hooking a cargo container to, you can finally, after it's loaded on that trailer, you can hook all the straps, all this and that, hook all the locks. You can do all that. Okay, ATS does not do that. Okay, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So there was a really big, I guess was the right word, is I was excited. Okay, this is going to be good. This game's going to be awesome. Okay, so I got it. I paid $30 for it. And I go to start playing it. So I'm looking at the mirrors on the truck. And I'm like, they're all fogged over. And so I'm looking down the road. And as far as I can see down the road is like maybe not even 5 miles. And it's fogged over. Okay, here's my rant. Here's the thing. If you're going to bring a game out and you're going to charge money for it, I want that game to be completed. Not bring out something that you're going to say that you're going to it's early access. Now there's a lot, let me step back. There's a lot of early access games that are fantastic. I mean, out of this world, fantastic games. This one here takes the cake because they pretty much, what they did is that they lied about everything that they said they were going to do, didn't do it. The mirrors, they finally fixed it for the PS4, Xbox One. They completely just didn't do anything. And as far as I know, in the last year or so, they pretty much just dropped anything that they had planned for it whatsoever. So, my whole point is, the fact is, if you're going to design a game and you're going to charge the public any kind of money whatsoever, make sure that game is completed enough to where that customer is going to enjoy it. Don't do what they did. That's just, okay, I'm just a player, I'm just a customer, but I have a right, in my rights, in my mind, says I have a right to say what I want to say about it, is because I'm paying money for it. Just like you would pay money for it, you have a right to say what you want to say. It does not matter. They need to fix it or retract the game and pay everybody back. And I know that's not the way it's done. I know that's not the way it is. And I understand that, and that's fine. And I pretty much let it go. But my whole point is that is wrong, and I hate to see it happen. But we don't need that. As customers, as players, as dedicated that we are when we're playing video games, we don't need that. So, in a nutshell, you gotta voice your opinion at all times, because if you don't, nothing's gonna change. But on a happy note, sorry about the rant, but it is how I feel about it. And it's been a long time coming. I've been wanting to say something, and if after today they freaking decided they want to freaking shut my channel off or this and that, I don't care. I voice my opinion. It's out there, and I hope that down the line that either it never happens again, because this just, in my eyes, is wrong. It's just so wrong. How can you just feel good about doing that to the public? To the people that's going to spend money on your product, complete your product first. Back in the day, before all these games went to, digital, to where you could just buy it, and then, it was all physical copy. So back then, they actually completed the game, and then you went to the store, you bought it, and all this and that, and that's the way it was. They actually completed a full game. Now, this day and age, that's not happening, and it kind of just infuriates me. It's just so just wrong. So I guess now when I'm buying a game, I'm either buying something I know that what the game is. I know that I'm gonna expect to play it and like it and enjoy myself. It's opened my eyes to just really pay attention to what I'm buying. Unfortunately, that's just that's what it is. Let me get this back over to the farm here. I know eventually I'm going to start buying animals and stuff like that. These 3 buildings here is going to be nothing but I'm trying to create a chicken farm. That's something I haven't done yet, so I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. So this is probably pretty much what we're going to have for today. I wanted to get on here and kind of just talk about a few things and this and that. I apologize for if I offended anybody in any kind of way. I hope I did not. And I hope to see y'all again. I hope y'all have a very blessed day. Oh, and please, if you don't mind, please hit that subscribe button. I know it I hate freaking doing this part of it, but it is what it is. So if you could, do that and hit that bell icon when I go I release my next video, that'd be great and fine. Leave a comment, like the channel, and I hope y'all have a very blessed day, and stay gaming, stay happy, and stay well. Y'all have a great day. I'm out.